I hit the wrong F.
You gonna play fair?
Okay, we can go on then. All right, 6.1, discuss, consider approving. I already read that. Don.
Yes, sir. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, Judge. Yeah, this was Smith Point. I put a picture in there for y'all to look at. It was pretty. Our barrel got it pretty good. So.
Second.
Yes, sir.
Motion by Commissioner Moore, second by Commissioner Hammond. Questions? Favor? Opposed? 6.2, discuss, consider approving Shoreline Contractors LLC for the rebuild of the Oak Island fishing trail amount of $33,000.
Yes, sir. Another one. The whole pier got just destroyed by tropical storm barrel. So we're gonna go back with the shoreline contractors for the rebuild of that.
That's that flow through.
Yes, sir. That's the flow through decking. Yes, sir. For that. So. Yes, sir. It sure is, and we got 2-3 quotes on that, and I know a couple of people from Oak Island have been reaching out to me through Facebook and messaging to see where we're at. So I told them today we're approving today, and then it should start. I talked to Guy, so he should start by the end of the week.
Chicken for lunch?
Fresh.
Yeah, it's a little more expensive, but it's hopefully the way it goes.
Yes, sir.
A lot higher. It's a unique morning this morning, Judge.
Yeah, was it full moon last night?
No, okay.
We're still, all that's still.
All right, let's back Commissioner Gore.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Time. Any other questions, comments?
No, I was asking, Judge, he was asking if we had insurance on. It has come out, we were trying to evaluate what all it is. Very good at helping us.
All right, those in favor? Opposed? 6.3, discuss, consider reallocating $1 from Field 20 Park. $487.79. 86. 14, 33, 9, 731. 18 cents.
Hey, I was told to clear them all out.
Still, 2020 parks. The new project, Field 23, 6,019 cents for.
Yeah, at the at our parks at the shop there, we are expanding to the back of it to the 2 new buildings that we built. I think last year. We're gonna put a weld shop out there and a paint shop, just to concrete some stuff and just to have some covered area. Because in the shop right now, that's where they're doing all the welding. So when you walk out, so and for more storage.
Second.
Can you read that again, Mike?
Yeah. All right, got a motion second, any questions? Opposed, motion carries 6-4. Discuss, consider approving purchase of concrete slab, HKR Ranches LLC, 500 from capital fund project.
That's just the new project number, and HKR got the bid on that.
And that's for this.
Yes, sir, that's for the add-on at the shop.
That leaves you $2,400.19.
I think so. I got something for that too.
Let's get to 19. All right, got a motion second, any other questions? Favor? Opposed? 6.5, discuss, consider approving native tree planting at Don McLeod's court.
Yes, sir. We've been working with Anna from Wilderness, Houston. She's come out a couple times. We're going to have a big tree planting event out there. I know the complex is getting, of course, very popular and staying very popular, but the shade is one of the big issues. We have a kind of a 3-phase where we can add some trees in there. This would be the first phase. We're going to add 13 15-gallon trees in the front of the complex, staying away from all the water lines and sewer lines. We're going to add 4 or 5 in the middle, right when you come in the complex, kind of in the low area. And then around all the 15 gallons, we're going to put 5-gallon trees in. I have sent Samantha the flyer for that to post on Facebook. We put it up at all the complexes. Hopefully we'll get a good crowd for that day. We have some work to do in-house Monday and Tuesday to plant but it's only costing us about $985 for the 15-gallon trees. In phase 2 we'll come up on 565. We'll take out all those old talon trees. We'll plant some new trees on that line too, off the road. Make that look a lot nicer. And then on the way in to the complex on the right-hand side, we'll plant some there. That's kind of phase 3, probably in the spring. But all these trees are free. They come out. It's a good organization and put us on the map. So, and of course, we already told them that there's other spots that we do need trees for, and that we've already been in talks with them. So, sir.
That's all.
Or bury them.
Okay. Yes, sir. We're gonna plant first. Probably go 5 feet over. We're just gonna plant all the trees first and then cut down. But they will definitely know, and we won't do anything without Commissioner Tice knowing and you.
I'm building park for next.
Yes, sir.
Head school kids, barbers, came out and helped.
Okay.
Intermediate.
I know she's reaching out to Samantha. Help me out with giving all the local organizations. So I know Anna's reaching out for them. Tice, Commissioner, you are going to be there Friday. Okay, we already have you.
This Friday?
No, sir. September 20th. We have you down. Okay. All right. So it'll be a good thing.
Got the whole high school on.
We definitely will.
Yeah.
Okay, I sure will.
Grandson did last night. No, I didn't know about it, George. You didn't tell me.
Amy.
Maybe you didn't tell me.
Sorry.
And my family didn't either. I was afraid we'd all show up. Okay.
But yeah, we will reach out to all them organizations.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tynes, second by Commissioner Hammond. Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6.6. Discuss and consider awarding bid to Quality Courts and Outdoors for construction of the pickleball courts at Fort Anaway Park.
Yes, sir. We had the RFPs come back, and we had 3 quotes or 3 RFP come back. We met at the committee on Friday. Last Friday, we met with AMDD members, Annette and Janice. George helped us out with Carolyn, and myself and Commissioner Rohr was there. And we awarded that bid to Quality Courts and Outdoors. Should see some construction starting very soon.
And just for the record, AMDD is generously splitting the cost of this with us, and they will bring a check to the court in the near future.
Big check?
Big check.
Next week, we're very, very happy to have their partnership. It gives us the ability to do more, stretch our money from it. So we're very happy with that.
Motion by Commissioner Gore.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dagley. Questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. 7.1, discuss consider approving the purchase of fans for the Juanita Hargrave Library on it.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Commissioner, Commissioners and Judge. This was basically a manufacturer-specific request to have, we didn't put the name in here due to the decorum, but this particular brand of fan type for the awning at Juanita Hargrave's Library.
Yes, when we had the community deal with all the first responders and stuff like that over there here a month or so ago. We had added the awning on front of the library, but with fans on there to make it a lot nicer. We'll be able to do more events. So, motion for approval.
And the appearance and the performance, the ones, this particular brand we put up in the arena, I think probably sold this particular manufacturer for the new installation.
All right, motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Hammond. Any other questions, comments? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 7.2, discuss and consider awarding bid to Vortec Contracting to sandblast and repaint the existing inspection carport and Winnie IT and DPS waste station amount of $48,410.
In my opinion, this is a well worth investment. That structure is in pretty bad shape.
Look at it, please.
Motion for approval.
Second.
It looks rough.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Hammond. Question?
I got to looking pretty good out there. Got their new building set up.
All right, those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 7.3, discuss and consider hiring BKP Architecture as design firm for new animal lab.
As shown right there.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Dagley. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 7.4, discuss and consider hiring BKP Design Group LLC as architect for new emergency services public warehouse expansion project.
There was some correspondence yesterday back and forth. We thought we were probably going to table this. I think Kevin, are you out there? You want to speak to this? But we're going to proceed contingent on DSHS and CDC approval. Kevin, anything to add? Mary Beth?
Good morning.
Morning.
So, with any type of, we've been awarded the funding in our budgets, and that's gone through court, and y'all have approved that also. But just like with anything, we definitely want to make sure that whenever we submit these invoices for payment for this renovation, because it is a pretty big project, that we're going to get reimbursed for that. So they don't always work on our timeline. So since the 15th, we've been aggressively trying to get approval. And right now, I'm pretty sure that it's at CDC, and then they send it back down. And DSHS is a pass-through for CDC. So we just are asking that y'all pass this, or approve this contingent upon a final approval. And once we get that, we'll definitely share that with y'all, so y'all be aware. I don't know which side you were.
Are they giving you any feedback on a timeline when you think you might get approval for
We'll
this?
follow up today. I mean, I'm going to say by the end of the week we should have. I'll get somebody on the phone, even if I have to call Commissioner of DSHS. So yeah, we'll get it done by the end of the week.
Motion to approve contingent upon approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Hammond. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all.
Thank y'all. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
7.5, discuss and consider purchase of 3 100 kW portable standby generators from Coastal Power Products for emergency use as needed at various county facilities, amount of $345,000.
Hold on, I think George wants.
Yeah, I wanna make sure that we're clear on what we're doing here. So Judge, I was approached that we have an emergency purchase here because of the time constraint to get these ordered, to have these in place ASAP, which would be, believe it or not, next summer. That's ASAP. And we're needing to get these purchased. But I did reach out to Aaron and understand that these funds will not be in place until the CO is finalized. The PO needs to be ready to go before September 1, and I don't think the funds will be here before then. So the court needs to help us and do something to get the funds, the $345,000 in place so that I can issue a PO.
Aaron, any suggestions?
They just charge like fund, I'll talk to legal, you know, we can do our first resolution. I don't think they take out your general fund.
All right, sounds good.
I thought we was looking at doing a contract and getting a contractor where they can bring us generators, so we didn't have to spend this amount of money.
We still are. We cut it back from 63, is what we decided as a committee. Still gonna look at doing that, but we felt we needed some standby generators here that we could get quick.
Just wanna make sure that they're maintained. Because first thing it's gonna do is they're gonna sit out there and the diesel's gonna go bad, or something's gonna go bad, they're not gonna fire them right. Or,
Mike,
I mean, who's gonna maintain them? I mean,
I've got a dedicated guy that does nothing but generator service.
So they're gonna fire them up every week? And change the fuel and do all that, that's what I'm getting to?
Well, I don't think we fuel them to the, all the way to the top. I mean, put enough fuel in them to fire them off.
so.
And do our maintenance on them.
Does on the
But this,
generators we currently have, correct? That he's maintaining.
yes,
They're stationary.
we'll put those in. Yeah, we'll put those into that same service program.
Do they exercise those like once a week? Is that what he does? Every week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what they recommend, like 10 minutes every week is what they usually recommend.
Yeah. And I appreciate Judge, Commissioner Dagley, Steve Wood out of our house, and
It was,
Brian Holzapple. We researched this over and beyond. This is a 48% reduction in what we proposed for future budget. And we reduced it to just these three units.
so Commissioner Gore, the committee, we were looking at two options originally, 6 generators, various sizes, and then do the standby rental option. And we got prices and the committee met, and for various reasons that were suggested to the committee, like the judge said, we took the 6 generator for purchase and we knocked it down to 3, and then we took the different sizes and we put, instead of doing 100,
It was 60,
80, 60, we just did
100.
300s, just so that it'd rather be oversized than undersized. And then we're still gonna look at doing the standby option next hurricane season, of the rental side.
What buildings are we looking at here for?
These will be mobile, so we're gonna put connections at all of our facilities in the future, and we're gonna start converting the facilities as they phase out that don't need physical generators at them. We're gonna put connections so we can move them around as needed based on the emergency.
Perfect. Yeah, Steve did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through.
It was
3 or 4 different variations of spreadsheets. We've analyzed this thing to the bone.
All right, entertain a motion.
so moved, Judge.
Second. By Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any other questions? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Nathan's here. Let's go back to 4.3. I've already read it, so I'm not reading it again. Nathan wants the agreement with Oxford.
Yes, thank you, Judge and Commissioners. Nathan Brandemart with the Brandemart Law Firm. I'm here with Oxy's representative, Michael. Can you pronounce your last
Michael Wardrop.
name? And Michael.
Spell that for me, or her.
Yes, W-A-R-D is in dog, R-O-U.
Thank you, Michael.
As the court knows, or at least a few of the members of court who have been working on this deal know, we've been working on this deal with Oxy for a long time. Been a lot of back and forth, a lot of negotiation, a lot of research on this CO2 injection and sequestration, pricing being paid, and pretty hard negotiation overall. We have finally come up with something. I know in the packet was a red line. We had to clean up some typos, but substantively, last week you had in your packets what the deal is. And I'm just going to go over from a 30,000 foot view. But if we want to get into the particulars, we can either discuss those or go into an executive session. But if I may, initially, I think the target area for Oxy was right around the Winnie Airport. And so they approached us with a proposal just including the Winnie Airport, which is about a 130 acre tract. Through the negotiations, we were able to throw in some additional acreage, which essentially includes a landfill, really subsurface here, and a tract that the county owns across from the landfill. So the acreage went from 130 acres to, close to that. I'm just going to round up around about 1,000 acres. Okay. For those tracts, we're talking about total what we call guaranteed money for the county of over $1.1 million of revenue, most of which will be paid in terms of a bonus from the inception of the deal. Now, it may be more, but at least that's the floor, 1.1 million. The idea, and I'm not going to get into all the science and everything, but basically, Oxy is going to or hopes to transport CO2 and inject it well below the surface of these properties that I just mentioned. It's identified in one of the exhibits. I think it's Exhibit D to each of the 4 agreements. And store it there. And it's sort of a green project. It sounds like they're just dumping trash on our property, but really it's I don't know if you call it a federally sponsored program, but certainly the administration from the federal government is, hey, we got to get rid of the CO2. And what's a better way than to do it than to emit it up in the sky, right? So they're going to put it down below our ground, in our neighbor's ground. That's the plan at least, and store it there. And in exchange for that is the payment that I just referred to. Now, if they actually get to construction and injecting and putting this stuff underneath the ground, which is the goal and the plan, then they pay us on a schedule. They pay us more per ton the more they inject into the ground. And so it's sort of like an oil and gas deal with some caveats and some nuances, but it's structured much like what you would see in an oil and gas lease, half of the county before, particularly up in the Chambers County School land in Crockett County. There's one little sort of nuance here that I want to mention in the title research that Oxy did on I'll just call it the landfill properties, either the landfill proper or really the land across the street. There's about a 21 acre tract there that is actually in the name of Chambers County, but it's for the benefit of several local players. I think it's the school district here in Anahuac and the city of Anahuac, and we have not had time to reach out to them to sort of notify them and catch them up and see if they approve, which I would recommend to the beneficiaries of the trust. But while we're here talking about it, I thought I would at least present it to the county. I think it's okay to approve it subject to those beneficiaries approving the deal too. And if that all happens, then they would obviously benefit as to those 21 acres. The agreements, there's 4 agreements in front of you. The agreements are essentially identical. The only difference being is the property descriptions attached to each of them. We kind of agreed to one in principle, and then we just spread it across 4 tracks. With that being said, there's a lot of details that I could share with the court if need be, but that's pretty much it.
Motion for approval, Judge, with the 21 acres reaching out to them and them agreeing to
That, will that lump
Hang on a
sum?
minute, let me get
Oh,
a second.
so-
Ryan, you want a second?
Yeah, second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Dagley.
So, or what are you saying, are you saying the 21 acres, you'll just, will you pro rata share that out on the whole thing and that'll be the bonus payment, Nathan? That's what you're suggesting that we do?
Yes, in all likelihood, if this project goes from development stage, actually, they've got injection wells built, stuff starts getting injected in the ground or underneath the ground. Then there's, much like an oil and gas lease, there's pooling that goes on, so you'll get your pro rata share of your interest based on the size of the pool. Oxy's plan, from what they're telling us, is that they sort of have a target area. Some of this land falls out, well, a good bit of this land falls outside of their target area. And so it could be possible that the non-target area, meaning the landfill and across the street from the, never really goes into actual construction or the payment of injection fees. All you're really doing is almost gratuitously taking their bonus payment plus 5 years of guaranteed rental, put it in your back pocket and saying, thank you very much, Oxy. That was very kind of you.
Thank you, Oxy.
The true target area here is the Winnie Airport. And so that's where you would likely see the development and whatever that property is pooled with. The Dorn Bosses are a large landowner all around that area. So it will likely be pooled with the Dorn Bosses and other nearby.
All right, get a motion second. Are there other questions? Michael, anything you want?
Unless questions for high level people.
I think maintaining school benefits from this. For sure.
All right, those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
9.1, discuss and consider nuisance abatement of 17114 Choctaw Street, Baytown, Texas. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victoria. Happy birthday to you.
Good morning. Thank
Good
you.
morning. You're welcome.
Yes, I was wondering if you were gonna need it. No, I don't. Good morning. For this property on Choctaw, we had already, or Chambers County had already gone in and mowed the property about a year or so ago. Then we received the complaint. The grass had started growing back again. I believe I did include it in the paperwork that I submitted. But the taxes, as far as the tax office is concerned, have not been paid since 2016. The amount due is not too large yet. Right now, it is at 1,241 because the taxes were low on the property. But I would ask if one, we can get it mowed so that the neighbors are not dealing with this, more than almost 4 feet high. It's almost covering the mobile home that's on the property. And then consider speaking with Purdue and Brandon to possibly submit this for tax abatement or for
Back taxes.
back taxes.
taxes.
Yes. That's what I'm asking.
Yours?
What you're asking for again, Sue?
Well, we're asking that the county mow it, but also once it's mowed, and the mowing is more so that the neighbors are not dealing with all that overgrown vegetation around them, but also to submit it for review to see if it could possibly be auctioned off so that we don't have this repetitive complaint, because we already have one lien on the property. We don't want to have to be, having to place several liens on the property over and over again. We did post this in the Baytown Sun. We did post the notice in the Baytown Sun. So, if anybody, any of the owners or the owner, there was an attempt to notify them. But
So do you know how long it's been since taxes were paid?
2006.
15.
Yeah, the last time they paid was 2015.
Okay. Yeah, I can't open mine, Lauren. I don't know what you did. Not sure. Alright.
So moved, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any other questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion. 9.2, discuss, consider abatement of property located at 106 Oyster Street, Oak Island, Texas.
So this one is one that the county had already also mowed the past year, but there was a discrepancy with the mailing address and such, so we county did mow it. There was no lien placed at the property at that time. We received a complaint again about the grass growing again. We initiated the complaint. This complaint was received on the 19th of April of this year, 2024. From the previous time, we had obtained a contact telephone number for the property owner. I did reach out to him several times. The last time that I spoke with him was on the 6th of April. He had stated that he had found someone to maintain the property, but they were only willing to maintain it once the overgrown vegetation was handled. He claimed he lived out of state, and so he was actually in the area in those days that I spoke with him, and he said he was going to attempt to find somebody that had the proper machinery to get rid of it. After that, I called him on the 16th and to inform him that we were going to have to submit this to court for possible abatement. And we mailed him a notice as well that it was going to be sent to court for possible abatement. We have not heard back from him as of then. And if you'll see in the pictures, the grass is pretty tall. It's already halfway about the size of the shed that's there on the property.
Mm-hmm.
And the original complainant has been contacting our office, wanting to get this property maintained.
So what's your recommendation or your request?
That we mow it and place a lien on the property. Yes, the taxes are current on it. Bless you. Taxes are current on the property. Unless court wants me to give him one other call and see if I can get a hold of him.
It's abandoned. There's no way.
It's a vacant lot. There's only a shed on the property, but there's no residences.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Hammond. Any other questions, comments? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
10.1, discuss, consider revisions to emergency services guidelines. Ryan is out today, but he said it's self-explanatory and he was recommending approval. Yeah, he said it should.
Under the weather.
He recommends approval.
He recommends. Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Good morning, Terry Brown. We're going back to 1.5, discuss and consider tax HEBP long-term disability benefit reduction.
Good morning. I know y'all are always glad to see me, but I wasn't expecting to be back so quick. As I mentioned to you when we just did the medical renewal a couple of weeks ago, that we had the LTD that we were working on with TAC, and that I would bring it back and we would get it approved later on. Well, they told me when I sent the stuff in for the medical, oh, we're going to hold the renewal process up for the LTD if you're going to move over. Well, that's great, but you haven't sent me the bid yet that I'd asked for 4 months ago. So anyway, we got it the next day, sent it to you, and you can see what I'd sent. It's a 15% reduction over current. They match benefits, and because of our favorable claims ratio and because of the pool effect with TAC, we're getting a 15% reduction in our cost on the LTD by moving over to Blue Cross. So that's my recommendation, is move this over to them on the anniversary date with the rest of the package.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Hammond. Any questions?
I just heard 15% reduction.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's gonna make it easier on
my
HR.
talent. Yeah.
Having everything
Thank you, Terry.
in
Thank
one
you.
spot.
Judge, you
Yeah.
you want me to take that, Judge? You want to scan? You scan?
Those in favor?
Okay,
Opposed? Motion carries. Y'all sign it.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think we're down to consent. Consent 4.
Oh, you went reverse order, Judge.
And, yeah,
Judge.
those.
And can I pull 1920? The narrative is incorrect, and I think we've got to go back for some additional pricing and probably some equipment. Put those in.
No comments from me, Judge.
Okay, so pull 1920.
Yeah.
No comments 4 or 3.
Nope.
2. 1.
I don't have anything I'm gonna pull, but I do have a comment.
All right.
Go ahead.
Comment,
I'm sure you're speaking for most of us.
do what?
Sure you're gonna speak for all of us.
19.6 thing. With our elected officials, and there are so many of them have open during lunch to give more access
Let me
to.
go ahead and read that. So, 1916, set new office hours for Justice Peace Precinct 5, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 5:30. Go ahead.
Now, with so many elected officials opening during lunchtime to give our public more access to our county offices. Hate to see them closing on a Friday and not giving as much access. Most of the people are not gonna show up at 7 o'clock to a county office. So, I mean, I understand that the elected officials, they can taking a day away our citizens is not good government for me. And I'm speaking for me. I want to ask HR this. With them going to 410s, when we have a holiday, everybody gets paid for 8 hours. How are they going to do getting paid for 10? And that was my idea. I had some people reach out to me saying, hey, if we're in town, we're only off on Friday, go there. And it's just an accessibility deal for me. So that's my own.
Well, I actually had a conversation with him yesterday and this morning about that, so, and I agree with you. I didn't agree with him doing that, so I think for continuity reasons, our office is open Monday through Friday. All the offices in Chambers County that serve the public are open Monday through Friday, so I'm not saying anything I didn't tell him this morning. I don't agree with that, so, I think it upsets the whole system, and
Takes away the
just-
consistency.
it does. So, and I told him all that this morning in phone conversation.
And it's his choice. It's, I don't know that it's on our agenda for any other reason than FYI.
Yeah.
That's aware of it. And it's just, being an elected official, so he has the choice of his hours. And it's really the only power Commissioner Court has over elected officials is with the budget. All right, so
Thank you, man.
anything else on the consent? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Judge.
A second.
Second, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Tice, second by Commissioner Dagley. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, it's 10:37 a.m. We're gonna recess to executive session. Personnel issues, I don't know if they sell or purchase real property. If we do, we'll address that. Consultation in 37 minutes. All right, welcome to order of executive session.
7:59.
7:59 AM.
AM, and nothing to vote on out of executive session, so that we are adjourned. Boom.